Hey, trying out something, seeing if it'll work. Hi, I'm Buster. I am the blue dude, and today I am going to record. Since I don't have any other days this week that I'm streaming, that means that, I've got my own time on my hands. However, there is something I've been wanting to play, but Mewgenics keeps interfering with my life. Not in a bad way. Anyway.
Okay, time to figure out what's on this thing.
Inscryption. Now, I have tried to play this a few times, and I did recently start a fresh save, but I reset it again. So technically we are starting fresh. The fact that we can only choose continue and not new game, this is intentional. The game does not let you start a new one. We have to continue. Another challenger. It has been ages. Perhaps you have forgotten how this game is played. Allow me to remind you. Play the squirrel card. Now you play your stoat. Stoats cost 1 blood. Sacrifices must be made. An honorable death. Play the stoat. Sleeping so peacefully. Wolves require 2 sacrifices. You don't have enough. Ring the bell to end your turn. Commence combat. Your stoat stands unopposed. The number on the bottom left is its attack power, 1. You still dealt me 1 damage. I added it to the scale. You went to my side all the way down. Like this. My turn. Your stoat stands in the way of my coyote. My coyote dealt 2 damage to your stoat. That means your stoat's health is 2 less. If a creature's health reaches 0, it dies. It's your turn again. You may draw it from your deck, or you may draw a squirrel. How dull. The wolf demands 2 sacrifices. Huh? Hey, stop! Fear not. The beast is sacrificed, but not removed from your deck. Its suffering is real, but you will see it again. Because you are learning, I will pass. Again, the choice. A random card from your deck or the certainty of a squirrel. 3 damage dealt, 3 weights on the scale. Pass. you've won this match. They won't all be so easy. Let me recall your story. Oh, yes. You were lost deep in the forest. A single path revealed itself. So, in case you couldn't figure out already, first of all, this game has been out for a few years now, so, you know, some of you may know what's gonna happen at some point. I don't really. I've only really seen up to the third boss, but I've only played up to the second. Anyway, we are in the forest. This is the first area of this game. I only know of 3 areas entirely. I know the game changes itself partway through, but we're here for a ride. The way I want to play this, each video I feel like I want to dedicate to a single run each time, because I mainly just wanted to try this out, but this is more roguelike-ish in my brain. There's some puzzle elements, but I feel like with the randomness of certain things alongside kind of other stuff we'll get into later, I don't feel like this is a game that I'd be willing to spend hours on in a stream. Streams more for games that I'm able to actually tackle. This, I don't know how well I'm gonna do. So let's go. Am I a wizard with a staff? Was that what my figure was? 2 denizens of the forest approached you tentatively. Is that the sun and the moon? With leaf and bulb. I do have to say I love this art style. The caustic adder, damage from its poison bite is always lethal. I also meant like art direction. Okay, so right clicking that, behold the rule book. So the adder has the touch of death. When a card bearing the sigil damages another creature, that creature perishes. The undying cat, sacrificing the poor beast, does not kill it. Only one may grace your paltry deck. Another creature joins your caravan. Of course I was gonna fucking pick the cat. Come on, guys. Yeah, I think I might be a wizard, because that shadow looks like it's got a little pointy hat. Some of the creatures of the forest seemed willing to follow you. You came across an abandoned sack. You found a squirrel in a bottle. Break in case of emergency. And I have a second. Another useful implement. I'll allow you to dip the scales with it. There's 3 is as much as you can carry. Anyway. This ambient music, so beautiful. Well, like, I'm a fan of guitars, and I do like the tracks where it's just like this kind of guitar, where it's just like really the only instrument alongside some acoustics and reverberation of like something. I guess what I'm hearing is other guitars making like little but man, this song is beautifully ambient. Oh, the clicking icon, instead of just being like the pointing up, it's actually like doing the tap. That's cool. Tap 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 tap. You were ambushed while crossing some rough terrain. You sacrificed me while I was sleeping. It was the right play. I get it. Maybe. You'll help me? Take your turn. Play along for now. You may now see my moves ahead of time. Wolf Cub has fledgling. The card bearing the sigil will grow into a more powerful form after one turn on the board. Here we go. Need I remind you, your items may help. I'm good. Mind the ambitious wolf cub. It ages swiftly. You know what? The wolf demands. Yes, I know. The airborne bat flies over creatures to attack directly. Oh yeah, I forgot to rulebook that. Ah, my bat flew right over your stoat. So yeah, airborne. A card bearing the sigil will strike an opponent directly, even if there's a creature opposing it. And I guess we forgot to check what this one's called Many Lives. A card bearing the sigil is sacrificed, it does not perish. Okay. You prevailed and trekked onwards past the now bloodied terrain. I love that the 3D models just kind of pop up, like either they get bigger or they just kind of come out of the map. Also, I like once your figurine turns towards the thing you're pointing at, if it's on like a single path, it can't look anywhere else. The young wolf cub. It grows into a wolf after a single turn. The meek sparrow, an inexpensive, feeble, flying creature. So, because I've been playing Mewgenics a lot as of late, I feel like I've gotten a lot better at strategy games. And essentially, I mean, we'll get into the more puzzly aspects later. But this part, this part where we're on this little trek, this is a strategy game. And from the looks of it, it's quite fun. So, we can look at the cards we have now. We have 2 wolves already. And it would be nice to be able to have a wolf that costs 1 blood, even if it starts out weak. But we also don't have a flying creature. And it also costs 1. And it attacks over things. You stumbled into some strange stones in the mist. You were compelled to choose a worthy sacrifice, one that would be lost forever. Yeah. Pick me. You looked upon your menagerie and selected a healthy host. You know. I know the stoat wants me to pick him. So essentially what we're getting out of this is I'm applying this flying sigil to another card. And honestly, if the River Snapper could be a, it can tank hits and it can deal 1 damage overhead. A ghastly spectacle. But the soul of the sparrow now lives in the River Snapper. Behold my totem. It inscribes my canine cards with the airborne sigil. So now, this coyote has this. It only applies to his. Ours do not get it. I guess if he's gonna have flying things, it's safe to have things directly in front of them, because they won't attack. Well, shit. Okay, yeah. My totem has granted my coyote the power of flight. Yeah. It's either gonna be the stoat or the River Snapper. Ouch. A well-earned point of damage. I didn't think you would really do it. Yeah, well, fuck you. Okay, so if I take 2, okay. Oh, yeah. He's completely insane. You see that, right? No care for the rules. Pathetic, really. Enough. Only keeps me around to watch me suffer. Back on the board. You're 1 damage away from winning. Thank you. Ouch. Well, welcome back, River Snapper. Oh, that's so many. Look at that. Impressive. You may yet survive this ordeal. Knock on wood. Cat. Mushroom popped up, meaning we have it already. The watchful bullfrog. It leaps in the way of attacking flyers. A proud wolf. A vicious contender. We already have, yeah, several of that. I say several. 2. We have 2. Give me the bullfrog. Let's go to the campfire instead of the thing we already went to. You came across a small group of survivors. Faces shrunken from starvation, they huddled around a campfire. I looked upon your group of creatures and beckoned. Come, warm one of your creatures by the fire, one said. Warm it by the fire, that will enhance its power, said another. You noticed one of the survivors wiping drool from their mouth. Alright. We could apply it to the cat to finally give it damage. Apply it to one of our weaker units so that they could do a bit more. Or we could make a wolf even more powerful. Let's give you a use. Another use. The fire warmed the poor cat, enhancing its power. One of the survivors reached towards it. Another gnashed their teeth. Without a word, you pulled the cat away from the fire and left. Yoink. There's a way out for both of us. It's somewhere in this foul cabin. Beside the door, I'll tear you to shreds. Yeah. Oh, he's not even moving. So, one thing that you'll notice, aside from him actually blinking, when we first saw him, the sprite on the card, it was kind of undulating a little bit. Meanwhile, everything else is pretty static. And, really, the pixel shaking here is mostly because of the filter, I feel, that's being applied here. Actually, yeah, I'm just now realizing this is the kind of pixel art I do. Disregarding the textured card, the actual line art, this is how I do line art. It's like the pixel thing. I don't know if you'd be able to tell with the way things look on my streams. But that's pretty cool. I don't know why I'm just now realizing this. Okay. He's got a fucking grizzly. He's got 6 health and 4 attack. I've wasted all of my squirrels in the last one so that I wouldn't lose. Yes, bud? You sure? Yeah. I got another one. You know, I probably just lost with that. Get this over with, buddy. I didn't even see what he said. You've lost. Using this as a learning opportunity may be the only way to mitigate my disappointment. Get up. Get up from the table. Fetch me the candlestick from atop the barrel beside the door. Bring it here. We'll see this room soon enough. Now sit back down. Let me explain something to you. That was one of the 2 mistakes you can make here. If you make another, I must sacrifice you. Now, where were you? So you get 2 lives. If you lose a battle, you escape from the battle, but with one of your lights going out. The ornery porcupine. Sharp quills await those who dare attack it. A group of starving survivors stood around a dying campfire. There's room for a creature around the fire, one said. The warmth will enhance its health, said another. One of the survivors said nothing at all, but could not stop licking their lips. No way. I forgot to check out the porcupine. Sharp quills. Once a card bearing the sigil was struck, the striker this then dealt a single damage point. I wonder if we can change the map on that. Right, we could give something some health. You know, it makes sense. That way it can survive more. The health of the porcupine was enhanced by the warmth. So while the survivors began pulling a knife from their pocket, you withdrew. The trees seemed to close in around you as a chill mist descended. In the distance you could hear the clinking of metal on stone. A hobbled figure stood in your path. Yeehaw! 'Twas the prospector. Pack mule. Sprinter. At the end of the owner's turn, a card bearing the sigil will move in the direction inscribed in the sigil. So it occasionally flip-flops around. It needs to be damaged 5 times. I've got a boulder. That's a coyote. It deals 2 damage. A thorny rebuke. Alright. He's doing the prospector again? Easy, boss. Emil's key. I'll deal 2 damage. Okay. I mean, where else was that gonna put you? Ow. Oh, you didn't think it would be that easy. There's gold in them cards. Gold. I've struck gold. Guardian. When an opposing creature is placed opposite to an empty space, a card bearing the sigil will move to that empty space. So this is a bloodhound. Is the music more intense? Get him! Is the music more intense because of this being the second phase? Because that's essentially what we have over here, our candle. I'm screwed. Oh, I'm fucking screwed. I fucked up. I can't really do much other than continue to block. Like, I'm just delaying the inevitable here. Maybe I should have played my best cards first. More gold for me. Oh shit, I was hoping to at least make a bit more progress. I can imagine the comments now. If I get any, that is. Are you still wearing the fucking mask? I don't know if you guys can see it. I can see it. It kind of looks like he's still got the mask on. You aren't dead yet. This isn't purgatory. Though you may think of it that way. Before you expire, I must ask you a favor. I would like a memento. Your very own death card. It's quite plain at the moment, isn't it? We will work together to amend that. I want this to be the perfect memento of you. Here's some cards from your mediocre deck. Well, fuck you. We can put them to good use. Please choose the card to draw the cost from. Cost 1 blood from the porcupine. And another. This time I'll use its power and health, the numbers. 3 power and 2 health from the wolf. Now choose a card from which we will extract the sigils. A sigil of many lives from the cat. Never did ask your name. Alright, so we've got an infinitely sacrificable one blood wolf. Now, this is going to be a card that will show up in future runs. So whenever you lose, you get to make a card to use later, built from the very deck that you lost with. And kind of want to keep... I want to have like a way of knowing. I mean, obviously it has the details right there on the card, but you know, I'll make this a bit interesting. I don't know how well this will do. Maybe you guys won't like it because it's not live. I don't know. I've been enjoying live streaming, so I don't really plan on stopping that. But what I would like is to at least kind of test some things, I guess. But you know what? He's dense enough. Okay. It's all capitalized. I guess that makes sense. There's now but one final matter. The portrait. Are you ready? You do not need to smile. Here we go again. We don't actually go again. I hope it does the thing that I was going to do for next time. However, like I said earlier, I'm only going to be doing like these videos one run at a time. So eventually they'll get lengthy. But for now, that's it for this video. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm not really editing this, that's why I'm not having like a bunch of unnecessary stuff. That's why I don't have the intro thing, so I don't have the rules and stuff for chat, because chat isn't here right now. Anyway, we'll see how this works out. I might continue to do this even if people don't like it. This is my channel after all, but I do hope that you find this somewhat interesting. It might be a way to get around the only streaming like 1 or 2 nights a week, depending. And it might also allow me to do stuff like, I don't know, finish up stuff like I can actually continue from where I am in Rain World if I wanted to do some grinding, because I have a pause button. Now this is only for like stuff for Buster's Buzz. This is not gonna be for the actual streams. So like I'm still gonna do Amnesia on stream. I'm still gonna do like all like the backlog, back burner, frights. They won't be affected by this. This is Buzz specifically. This is more of the fuck around and find out kind of thing. But I could see myself using it to bypass the absurd requirement of corrupting everything in Rain World. because I still have to finish that. I do have the pause button, so I can pause the recording and then unpause it when I need. So hopefully that will make that easier. But we'll see. We will see. For now, though, I'll see you later.